Okay, so this next letter, pretty easy, but I'm...
Q?
Oh.
Oh.
It's just like a print O with a loop. But let me show you how to do it, because this part with the loop is a little confusing. You start up here where the star is, and then you finish with a loop.
Oh, God.
Okay?
Star.
Yep. And then
Finish with the loop.
Finish with a loop. That's right.
This letter reminds me of one we did in the past.
D. D. That's what it reminds you of. Okay. Down and finish with a loop. Perfect. Down and finish with a loop. Perfect. Down and finish with a loop. That's right. All right. Yeah, and now that you're on this part, you don't even need those arrows. So O is a really fun one because it's just like what you're used to making. It just has a little bit of embellishment with that loop.
You're right.
Okay.
And it's actually like the real letter. I'll try to use the slant line.
Are you going to try to use the slant lines?
Okay.
Okay. Yep. So the slant lines, the trick with the slant lines is, think about any time you pull your pen down or push your pen up, try to make those parallel to the slant lines. Do you know what parallel means?
No.
Okay, no. Parallel is when two things are the same distance apart at every point. So these are parallel right now. This is perpendicular. Parallel, perpendicular. For our purposes, we're learning parallel. So anytime your pen goes down, like right here on the O bricks,
Yeah.
Are you watching?
Yeah.
My stroke is parallel to this line. When I go up, this stroke is parallel to this line until it can't be anymore because it has to loop over.
Got it.
Do you want to try that?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, so it's parallel.
Parallel. Loop.
Yeah. That is close, okay? But you can think about that as you're going in the future. It's something that we don't use so much in cursive. It's more of a calligraphy thing. So the difference between, do you know the difference between cursive and calligraphy?
One, this is my opinion.
Okay.
So, cursive is most of cursive is kind of skinny, while calligraphy has a bit of what you have a letter, and then as you showed me in my name a few weeks ago, and it had a bit more
variation in the strokes. That is an awesome way to put it. That's right. Cursive has a consistent stroke width, whereas calligraphy, you'll have some fat lines and some skinny lines.
Yes.
So I would say that calligraphy is like the art of letters, and cursive is more like a practical way to write.
And if you're in a hurry and you want to write fast, you write cursive.
You write cursive, that's right. But the thing with cursive and calligraphy is you have to be able to write and read cursive in order to write and read calligraphy. Yeah, so anyway, in calligraphy, we use these slant lines a lot because if your letters all are at a consistent slant, that's really pretty. That's very visually appealing. So that's maybe something to consider a little later. If you're not feeling the slant lines right now, like bricks, then that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's normal.
It's normal, so don't worry about it. Okay, so now
we have P.
We have P, yeah, and that actually looks like a P. Do you want me to show you how to make this first?
Yes.
Okay, so you swoop up. Oh, hello.
Did it do it again?
It did it again. I think it's because I'm keeping the cap up for too long. Okay, so you loop up, and then you make this loop, and then you just close it. So it's swoop up, loop, close.
Looks easy.
Yep, swoop up, loop, and close. Perfect. Yep, swoop up. Oh, swoop up. Yeah.
Swoop up.
Loop and close. Yep.
Swoop up.
Loop and close. Yep.
That's probably one of the best ones I've done.
Oh, it's awesome. Yep. Loop and close. Swoop up, loop, and close. Yep. Yep. I could tell that in your mind as you were doing that, you were thinking swoop up, loop, close. So again, that's really important that we make those sorts of associations for letters. Yeah. Can you do that again? Swoop up, loop, and close. Yep. Swoop up, loop, and close. And I really like, Bricks, that with this letter, you took up the full amount of space that you have with the top guideline here and then the baseline.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
Thank you.
Okay, now, remember I was telling you about the Q, that you're not going to be able to even tell it's a Q?
It's a 2. It looks like exactly like a 2.
The plot thickens, right? So the Q in cursive looks like a 2. Okay?
So there's 3 and a 2.
Yeah, basically, yeah. An E is like a 3 and a Q is like a 2. I never would have thought of that without you. So I'm glad you're here. So with the 2, I mean, you know how to do this. You just. Yep. Perfect. So that one's a pretty easy letter coming from print, I would say. Not too tough. I think the R will give you a little run for your money. The challenge will be remembering.
Run for your money?
Keep going.
That's weird.
Run for your money is an expression that means it might give you a little bit of a tough time.
Oh.
Okay, now try making it on your own. Remember to take up all that space that you've got. Perfect.
I mean, I usually do my 2s like that.
You do?
I do like a loop at the end.
So you've been making cursive Qs for a long time and you didn't even know it.
I didn't even know.
That's right.
I was just leaving it this, but I did.
You know, I wouldn't trace over those black versions.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that way you can reference them as you're creating. I'll make a couple of Qs along with you. Perfect. That's awesome.
I had no idea.
I know it. Now this R, I think it's gonna be a little bit tricky like the B. So can I show you how to do it?
Yes.
Okay. So just like with the P, so it's exactly like the P, but with like like an exit stroke. I want to think of a better way to say that, but I'm not sure. Maybe you can help me with that since you're creative.
Okay.
But we go up, loop, close, and then we make a little baby loop and an upstroke.
Looks easy enough.
Yeah, so it's just like what you did with the P. And then you just make that upstroke. So you think you can do that?
Yeah, I think I can.
Okay. Down, close the loop. Yep. The only thing I would say, and this is a stylistic preference, is that try to make this little loop right here in the middle. So instead of going like this, go like this.
Got it.
And that's just like what I was saying about the worksheet set. As soon as you are finished with this worksheet set, you can form the letters however you want. But for now, that was perfect. Try to humor me and make the letters just how I showed you how to do them. Yep. All right, now loop and upstroke. Perfect. Loop and upstroke. Yep.
This reminds me of like a very high-tech water slide.
It's like a water slide. That's a really good way to think of it.
Start here. Boom, boom.
Sounds like a water slide that would make me sick.
Sounds like a water slide that would make me happy.
All right, so you go up, loop down, close it like a P, and then baby loop and upstroke. Close it like a P, baby loop. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yep.
Wait, no.
That's okay. Remember, if you're getting confused, this little guy is right here to be your cheat sheet.
I kind of like how you say cheat sheet.
Well, it's fun because it's not really cheating, but
it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have just so you can remember. I think the R's are one of those that we should work on with the practice lines later because it is a little tough.
As you can see, we also have the soup dipper, as I like to call it.
The soup dipper. What letter do you think this is? If we have R right here and it's in alphabetical order, P, Q, R.
S.
Does it look like an S to you?
No.
No. Okay, you know what that kind of looks like to me is like a swan. I think of a swan.
You're right. It's like a swan.
Yeah, like if we put a beak right here, like it would be some kind of bird.
I'm trying to do it. Doesn't look like the best beak.
Do you want me to show you how to make this? Because it's a little tough. Okay, so we go up, loop, down, soup ladle. So up, loop, down, soup ladle.
Got it.
Okay, so up, loop, down, soup ladle. Perfect. Up, loop, down, soup ladle. Yep. Up. Whoops.
Oops.
That's okay. Just move on to the next one. That looks like a B.
Yeah.
Okay. So start at the start. Up, loop, down, soup ladle. Yep. Up, loop, down, soup ladle. Yep.
Up, loop, down, soup ladle.
Exactly.
Up, loop, down, soup ladle.
Yep. And then up, loop down, soup ladle. Okay, here comes a real challenge. Nice and slow, Bricks. No need to take it super fast. See, when we take it fast, that's what happens. Yeah.
No.
So remember, just go up, loop down, soup ladle.
Down.
Yeah, keep going down. And then we'll loop it over and soup ladle. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, maybe take a look at this one again before you do the next one. Up, loop down, soup ladle.
Got it.
Up, loop down. Yeah, keep going. Soup ladle. Yes. One more. Up, loop down, soup ladle. That looks like a G.
That kind of looks like a foot.
It looks like a G to me. Yeah, well, those were pretty good, but that's another letter. I think that this letter and this letter are ones that we need to practice a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Just a little bit. Now the T though, pretty easy peasy.
Pretty easy peasy?
It's just the F without a cross in the middle.
Got it.
So all it is soup ladle,
Soup ladle.
and top. Yep.
Got it.
Yep. Top. Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if you did another letter with this, would you go like?
So that is a great question. And the answer to that is a lot of these letters do connect to the next letter if you're writing a word, like R would connect, N, M, L. T does not connect. So you would just make, like, we're getting ahead of ourselves because we're not at words yet, but you would just write tan, for example.
Or treat.
Yes, or treat. Treat is her daddy's name.
Yeah.
Okay. So we go down, soup ladle, top. Yep. Down, soup ladle, top. Mm-hmm. Down, soup ladle, top. Down, soup ladle, top. And it's really important you can keep on writing, sweetheart, but it is really important to make that soup ladle because otherwise all we have is a J.
Yeah.
So we've got to make that soup ladle part crystal clear. Yep. Because otherwise it just looks like a print J, and we don't want that. Okay. Soup ladle, top. Perfect.
That kind of looks like a J. But
It does kind of look like a J. You know another way that you can help it from not looking like a J is to make sure that this top is nice and wavy. So instead of crossing it like this,
it could be wavy.
Yeah, so why don't you try implementing that?
Maybe.
Yep.
Oh wait, I did it wrong. But we're just going to try this.
Perfect. And it doesn't matter that you did it out of order because that ended up being just fine. Nice wavy, yep. Whoops.
Oops.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That was really good. All right, so this U is pretty easy because it looks a lot like the
so
print
you go
U.
like do.
Yeah, so this is all one movement.
Yeah. Easy.
Yep, and let's scooch this down just a little bit, just in case. Remember that you can always move your paper in order to give yourself the best writing angle. You want to make sure that whether you're writing print, cursive, or whatever, your body's like feeling relaxed and you're in the best position possible to write in cursive. Yeah. Yep, so this one's pretty easy because it's just like making a U in print, except a little fancier.
Yeah. I think like cursive, the letters in cursive are just fancier than its...
They're print twins?
Print twins. Yeah.
The letters in cursive are fancier than their print twins. There is some really, really fancy cursive that you can write. What we're doing right now, we're just building a foundation, so then you can learn the really fancy cursive later, but keep on going with that U. I want to see what you can do on the U try part. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Now, we can move on to V now because you did an awesome job with U. V also kind of looks like its print counterpart, but instead of making like a really vivid angle right here, we're gonna give it more of like a U dip. So really V looks like a print U more than the cursive U looks like a print U. So we start off with a little stroke, and we go down, and then we do a little cute, like I think of it as like an eyelash, this part right here. Yeah, so we go down, up, eyelash. Down, up, eyelash. Yep. Down, up, eyelash. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of fun trying the eyelash, right? Eyelash.
Yep. Down. Yep. Down, up, eyelash.
Now I'm probably going to slow down because it's a U track, which means...
Yeah, you want to slow down. You want to take this pretty slow anyway. After you really understand how to make all the letters, you can go quickly. Yep, that was an awesome letter. All right, let's try again. So we do the, down, up, eyelash. Yep. Then do your...
The eyelash a little bit.
That's okay. Up. Eyelash. I think maybe it's confusing starting by saying down. We need to say over, down, up, eyelash. Because we're forgetting this little part right here. Yeah, but that was really good. All right, so W is one of my very favorite letters because it does have so many loops. So for the W, let me just show you how to do it before you try. You do a little tiny loop, and then you go down, up, and then we end kind of with an eyelash again. So it's 3 loops that we have making that W.
W is one of my favorites now. I don't know if I'll have farther favorites so far. I don't know what my other favorites will be. So.
But it's one of your favorites right now?
Right now.
I think everybody ends up with a favorite cursive letter. So we do the little loop, down, big loop, down.
Very little loop.
Perfect.
Eyelash.
Yep. Okay, try it one more time. Down, big loop, down. And then we end with the tiny loop, and the eyelash.
Yes.
Do you want to make one more?
Yes, I'll try.
Okay. So we do little loop, down, big loop, down, up, and teeny tiny loop.
That kind of messed up.
That's okay. This is your very first time doing a cursive W, and I think you really knocked it out of the park.
Yes.
So now we have X.
X.
Does that look like an X to you?
Yeah. I have it in my name, and I've known it for a long time. As I told you, I know all the letters in my name, except for the tall ones. So maybe. Okay. Except for the B.
Except for the B is tough. The B is tough. But this X, you just go over, down, up, and then down. And if you feel more comfortable, Bricks, taking this stroke this way instead of this way, that's fine. It's whatever way is most comfortable for you.
I'm going to say I'm good with doing it the way we were.
Okay.
Which is, yeah.
So up, down, up, down. Yep. Up, down, up, down. Nice and slow. Up, down. Okay, now this is no arrows here.
So medium.
Up, down, up, down. Good job. Up, down, down. And then up, down, up, down. Yep. All right, nice and slow. Up, down, up, down. Yep. Okay. Up, down, up, down. Nice and slow, Brooks. Going a little fast. Up, down, up, down. Good job. One more. Up, down, down. Perfect. Okay. Now we've
Next
got.
is Y.
That's right, Y, and that looks like a Y, and it's a really beautiful letter. So it's just like a U, except
you're adding a little monkey tail.
The little monkey tail. That's right. All right, so what you're gonna do, Brooks, watch me do it first. You do it like a U, so you go down and then up about halfway. So you're not meeting this stroke right here. You're kind of stopping right here and then like that. Yep.
Got it.
Okay, you got it?
Yes. Go.
Down, up, monkey tail. Yep. And down, up, monkey tail.
Well, technically it's up, down, monkey tail.
Okay.
That could sound like a dance. Up, down, monkey tail. Up.
Down, monkey tail. Perfect. Down, up, down, monkey tail. 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 Yep. Up, down, monkey tail.
I thought that wasn't going to be a success for a second.
You know what? I'm going to give you a little trick about, like, if you do want to make those slant lines work for you, you can rotate your paper like this.
You're right, that would work.
Yeah. So actually, when I write cursive, if you can believe it or not, I often write like this.
Really?
Yeah, because I really like it when my letters are slanting over a lot. So why don't we see if that does anything for you?
Okay, let me try.
Down, up, monkey tail. It really kind of did, but only if you want to do that, should you do that, okay?
That makes it more slanted, and I like it slanted.
You like it slanted? Okay, yeah.
Because it's like to work on this or that one, so I really want it to look like that.
Good job. The only thing I'll say about that Y is it's a really good idea to make sure the U part is touching your baseline. Yeah. Awesome. Great job.
I think that was my last one.
It was your last one. Okay. So now we are actually at the end of the uppercase letters here with Z. This probably does not look like a Z to you, right?
No. It looks like a 3 backwards.
It kind of does. Yeah.
Big long 3 backwards.
A big long 3 with a loop, yeah. Okay, well, let's give it a shot. So you have this little loop in the middle, you see? So you go up, down, little loop, and then down, up.
Yeah.
Yep. Up, down, little loop, down, up.
That didn't go that good the first time.
Up, down, little loop, down, up. Great job. That was awesome. And I will say, you at home, I mentioned that we're using the markers.
You can use anything.
And you probably shouldn't use something as thick as the markers. I think this is pretty hard for both of us because the markers are so wide, but I wanted to make sure that you could see what we were doing as we were writing. So it'll be a lot easier to make those teeny tiny loops when you're just using a little pen.
You can use whatever you're comfortable with.
You should use whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, keep going, Briggs. Okay, little loop, down, up. Okay, up, down, little loop, down, up. Perfect. Up, down, little loop, down, up. Yep. Up, down, little loop, down, up. One more. Up, down, little loop, down, up. Okay, now this is the tough part. Remember to touch the baseline with that little loop. Up, down all the way to the baseline, little loop, down, up. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Try again. Up, down, little loop, down, up. Remember to touch the baseline. So this line, wow, that was bad. This line with your little loop. I'm gonna make one for you. Down, little loop, down, up. Okay. Up, down, little loop, down, up. Yes, very good.
Oh wait, it's not clear. Up, down, little, down, up.
That's okay. We can practice that one more. Well, we hope that you enjoyed learning the uppercase letters. This would be a really good opportunity to take a break before you move on to the lowercase letters. So if you need to do that, please feel free to, because I know you were saying that your hand was kind of over fatigued. Yeah. So if you can, take a break, come back tomorrow, and we will see you then when we'll start learning the lowercase letters.